On behalf of delegates coming from Karnataka, we are 7. Fortunately, all the 7 delegates, we came from a certain belt, a certain tradition which we call Sampradaya, secular traditions, secular Sampradaya, which is known Inchigeri Sampradaya. And as our friend observed, Karnataka was a strong basin of socialist movement. Frequently, Dr. Lohiaji visited Karnataka. And peasants' movements, tenants' movement arose from the entrance of Lohiaji. That strong base we are having even today, but some electrification is required to arouse the socialist sense in that area. So I suggested that certain steps are to be taken. So now we are observing in the name of Lohia and Rabi Roy, a program is arranged. Both Lohia and Rabi Roy belong to a period, colonial period. Not only Lohia and Rabi Roy, Marx, Engels, Lenin, all belong, including Mao, all belong to colonial area, colonial era, colonial period. But now we are in the period of globalization. As is well known, capital is a global system. There is no dispute about it. Capital is a global system based upon global division of labor. That is also not disputed. And now the problem is, when capital, as has been observed by our friend, it is flowing like anything. Daily 3 to 4 lakhs, 3 to 4 millions of dollars is transacting from here to there. But whereas the movement of the labor is restricted, very restrictions are there. So in this context, how to face the challenge of this 21st century? The earlier session, it was very interesting. In fact, it should have been extended to more time because it deals with the present problems, artificial intelligence. So how we are going to tackle all these problems? As has been observed by some friends, the very object of mankind, by encouraging science and technology, is to reduce the working hours and to uplift the living standard, to increase the wages, and to have more comfortable facilities in the life. If it is the case, then how to solve this problem? Therefore, I was encouraged to hear one thing from the earlier speakers, that Socialist International is appearing in Europe, Socialist International. Some placards he saw. What does it mean? And Communist International nowhere now. So Socialist International is the pioneer, Socialist International is the pioneer to take up the cause of the labor in this earth. So, earlier, I think, first international was Working Men's Association, formed by Karl Marx when he was alive. And second effort is of the socialists only. The second Socialist Congress was held in 1793, and it was formed to organize the world level parties of the workers and labor parties. So in this context, now our job is, when we talk about Lohiaji, when we talk about Rabi Roy and all the great leaders of the yesteryear, then how to take up those causes. So those are the periods which belong to earlier one. Now in this period, I say, it is very important one, and it cannot be settled by having such small time meetings. My only suggestion is, I request our organizers, of this Loya Foundation and all the socialist senior comrades who are sitting here, that we have a committee to address the present situation. So earlier, the solution was with national boundaries. Now it is beyond national boundaries. In 21st century, our solution is not within the national boundaries, not within the parliaments, not within the state legislatures. Parliament have no power to discuss about the people's problems. They have to ratify what IMF says. They have to ratify what World Bank says. They have to ratify what World Trade Organization prescribes. And we are aware that all the constitutional republics like India, there are more than 160 constitutional republics in the earth. They have already given up their certain powers over capital flow, industrialization, and even agricultural operation to the World Trade Organization. And whatever World Trade Organization prescribes, they have to follow their prescriptions. They have to make and amend their laws as per the dictation given by World Bank, IMF, and WTO. And which is very interesting, as your senior district judge is here, you know, earlier the property tax was levied in municipalities and corporations on the basis of rental system. Now that rental system has given up. Now it is capitalization method. Capitalization method means whatever this property fetches market value, sometimes hot market value will be there. We have to pay taxes on that basis. This capitalization method was dictated when our Honorable Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister. World Bank put condition that you have to go for this. You remove the rental system, go for capitalization system. And that system was adopted. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know, because first state in India which opted for capitalization method is West Bengal when Jyoti Basu was the Chief Minister. And it was not his compulsion. He wanted money and Congress government was not ready to give money. So he approached the World Bank. And World Bank put conditionalities that, yes, we shall lend money to you, to your state, but you have to follow the capitalization method and replace that rental system. So first amendment was brought by Jyoti Basu when he was Chief Minister. Then Manmohan Singh in 2000 and 2001. He amended our taxation laws, and all the municipalities, corporations, including Delhi municipality and also Chandigarh municipality. I visited those places. And we had a state level conference in our Karnataka to oppose this new method, which is a burden to the people. So, sir, it is not that easy to fight the present challenges. And one thing, we are discussing about Lohia's remedy. Yes, Lohia's remedies are relevant only when we are able to update those solutions to the present situation, apply the older methods to the present situation. He talked about seventh revolution, and Jayaprakash Narayan, total revolution. And first, it was Karl Marx who used the term permanent revolution. Permanent revolution because the scientific knowledge and technology, they bring so many problems. We have to adapt those things. For that purpose, a permanent revolution is required. Seventh revolution means it includes all things. And it is total revolution. So it is very interesting. Lohia's seven revolution concept is very interesting, and we have to update, and for that I request all the concerned persons to have a committee. I was very pleased to see there are so many experts, so many interesting persons, and our Abhishek Singh ji, He is a very good coordinator. He can do that job. And with this request, because this is not a time to extend, go beyond the prescribed time. So I, on behalf of our Karnataka, and also on behalf of strong socialist movement that we had earlier, and we are going to revive it. In this forum, I assure you that in future we are going to revive the socialist movement, which was a strong basin in South Karnataka, South India. So with these words, I conclude my speech. Thank you very much.